Hello, Busco families. It has been so great to see each of your children back in our schools over the past week. Now that we have the first few days of school behind us, I wanted to check in with everyone on a few important items. As I'm sure you are aware, the Delta variant of the COVID-19 virus has begun to spread in our area and throughout the United States. The medical community has found this particular strain of the virus to be more easily transmitted and contagious than some of the previous strains. As a result, we are starting to see a rapid increase in positive cases and quarantines both in our community and here at school. Because of this, I wanted to share a few updates and reminders. Earlier today, I met with the Whitley County Health Department to receive updates and guidance on their expectations for the school districts located in Whitley County. Over the past few weeks, there have been several rumors circulating about what process schools should be following, and so we wanted to touch base and make sure the districts in our county are all in alignment and following the guidance of our local health officials. Based on the current level of infection and community spread, the Health Department confirmed that the school districts in Whitley County are expected to follow the Indiana Department of Health and CDC guidance at this time, including the contact tracing and quarantine protocols spelled out in those documents. If you would like to review those documents, they can be found on our district website or on the Indiana Department of Health COVID-19 webpage. While our staff is doing everything we can to limit the number of students who are quarantined when a positive case is identified, we also must make those decisions within the limits and requirements set forth in that guidance. We will continue meeting with our county health department weekly to review our local COVID-19 data and monitor the level of transmission being experienced in our schools. If the data warrants it, our local health department may adjust the quarantine requirements in the future. Secondly, Smith Green schools continue to have a mask optional policy. I have been asked again to share that the CDC and the Indiana Department of Health both recommend that all individuals temporarily wear masks while in indoor settings to help slow the spread of COVID-19 until the current wave of infection due to the Delta variant has subsided. One item that I do want to point out is that under the current contact tracing and quarantine requirements, a student is not required to quarantine if they and the student who tests positive were wearing a mask and the students were at least 3 feet apart. Again, the decision to wear masks will remain an individual choice, but this does provide a method that could reduce the number of students quarantined in certain situations. Finally, I would like to encourage our students and families to continue taking proactive steps to keep ourselves and our friends and families safe and healthy, including social distancing, increased hand washing and sanitizing, and staying home when you're not feeling well. These small steps really do make a big difference. As I said earlier, our staff is doing whatever we can to keep our quarantine numbers as low as possible while still following the mandates and directives of our national, state, and local health officials. We continue to revisit our plans and structures at school regularly, looking for ways to further minimize the risk of exposure or quarantine for our students. We so appreciate everything you continue to do at home to support those efforts, and for the steps we know many of you are taking to help your child keep themselves and others healthy. In closing, I want to thank you in advance for your constant patience and understanding as our staff continues to do their best to navigate the ongoing pandemic. I know that many of us continue to be hopeful that this year will feel much more normal, and while I do think that day is on the horizon, we're not quite there yet. Please know that every member of our staff cares deeply for your children and your families. We will continue to do our best to give our students the best school year possible, while also doing what we can to keep everyone safe and healthy. As always, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out. Have a great rest of the week, and I'll talk to you again soon.